Tzu Chi volunteers traveled to Western Australia, bringing supplies to survivors of a deadly tropical cyclone. Volunteers in Wanhua hold a prostrating pilgrimage to prepare for Tzu Chi's upcoming 55th anniversary.
I'm Sean Scanlon. This is DI Headlines. A tropical cyclone hit Western Australia, damaging many houses and causing massive power shortages. Perth Tzu Chi volunteers traveled to the disaster scene in Northampton County to investigate. They brought along 3 generators, which were given to families in need. Here's more.
This is Isabel from Northampton. I'd just like to express my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you guys. And thank you so much. And it's just made such a big difference to me. Thank you.
On the phone, she was already sobbing. When she met with Tzu Chi volunteers, she couldn't help shedding tears.
Yeah, very grateful. I wish I could leave.
Because of the massive power shortage, she could only eat canned food and take cold showers for many days. This electricity generator just came in time.
Wow. Hi in Chinese and LOVE. Yes, okay. So, yeah, hope this will bring you luck and blessings.
Coming from Hawaii, the old couple running a guest house could not tidy their home because of lack of power. They expressed their gratitude in their native language.
And so we say mahalo. Mahalo is thank you from the heart.
You've given up your private time in your own way to help us, and that's very much appreciated.
So the volunteers in Perth learned on the internet that the most lacking thing in a disaster area is the generator. So they were well prepared for this disaster survey.
Open it. Light is on.
It's amazing. And then you came along and helped me even more with a generator. It's really amazing what you all do for us here.
Soon after the generator was activated, the refrigerator was on. Their expression were very unforgettable to us, especially disaster survivors also shed tears.
The 2-day and 1-night trip was compact but not tiring, as the mission of sending blessings and care to the survivors was completed.
U.S. Tzu Chi volunteers came together to distribute supplies to the poor who have been affected by the COVID pandemic. In addition to a monthly distribution of fresh fruits and vegetables at a local high school, which served 300 families, Tzu Chi volunteers also began working with clergy and members of the St. Ignatius Catholic Church to feed the homeless in the Los Angeles area. Take a look.
Putting in fresh fruits and vegetables and biscuits, Tzu Chi organized a monthly food distribution for nearby residents at Gabrielino High School. It started as scheduled with an 88-year-old Kiwanis International Association volunteer enthusiastically working in the front lines.
I have a vision in my mind that we are all humans together, we all live together, and we need to collaborate and work each other.
A week later, Tzu Chi was also invited to the Highland Park community for the first time. At the school next to a Catholic church, Tzu Chi assisted nuns and church volunteers to distribute food and prepare secondhand clothes for the homeless.
These things are given to the homeless. There are some shoes and clothes and some blankets for them. This church is serving all of these homeless people.
You may think we're okay, but we are not. We have a lot of people who are hungry, and because of this COVID-19, a lot of people lost their jobs. And the majority of people here are Latinos.
Love and to serve, and that's the bottom line for all of us as people of faith. You know, we may have our differences on different doctrines and beliefs, but the bottom line is how important it is to love one another, how important it is to serve. And that's the bottom line of what we're all about.
The power of love can cut across all races and religions, as cooperation with each other can help everyone overcome our current difficulties.
As the pandemic continues to affect people's livelihood around the world, Chile Tzu Chi volunteers are doing their best to visit impoverished families to provide relief and assistance. Besides buying daily supplies, they also held the first hot food distribution this year in April, helping poor and homeless in the severely affected community experience some nourishment.
3 volunteers are holding the first hot food distribution in 2021.
Now we are seeing Brother Liu Qingjiu, who is helping out. Since there are only 3 volunteers to prepare food for 80 people, 3 people are taking turns.
To give daily supplies to impoverished families, Tzu Chi volunteers are purchasing supplies.
After finishing buying supplies, we return home and start to pack. Brother Tianjiu is preparing to put the supplies into 3 paper boxes.
In the community of impoverished families, 3 households' construction supplies were donated by kind-hearted people.
La veo siempre en Facebook. Felicito por su labor. Felicito mucho.
I often see you guys on Facebook and I praise your charity work. I am very happy that you have heard about our needs. We feel very fortunate. I have prayed that you will come help us. You have come sooner than the government.
Yo le pedí de corazón porque ustedes me escucharon primero que el municipio.
The seniors at the nursing home also look forward to the volunteers' visits. It is hoped that the volunteers' love and care, they can get happier day by day.
During the COVID-19 pandemic, everyone is affected and many people face an even more difficult struggle. Thailand Tzu Chi volunteers never stopped caring for affected individuals as they walked into different communities to bring care and accompaniment to impoverished residents.
I'm very happy. When we feel desperate about life, there are still some people who are willing to care for us with love.
Because of love, tears of sorrow are turned into tears of happiness. So the volunteers in Thailand act as a loving bridge to send the love of the kind-hearted people in society to over 500 impoverished households every month. It is hoped that the visible aid can reduce their burden in life, while the invisible love can comfort the suffering of their souls. Even when the pandemic is still going on, it cannot stop the volunteers from providing love and care.
Since the outbreak of COVID-19 last year, we went to different places to host aid distributions. Today we need to go to 6 to 7 places because the cultivation field is very big here.
Since the pandemic outbreak, it has not only affected everyone's lifestyles, but also the production of many factories. Many governments have also introduced compulsory measures, directly or indirectly, including movement control, city lockdown, border closure, and isolation. The pandemic has spread all over the world, and the tourism industry has been severely affected. Chen Zixian, who is a Taiwanese businessman running a factory in Thailand, also has an impact on its order volume last year.
虽然去年是一定亏本的，非常糟糕。
We have suffered a loss last year. It's very terrible. I believe this is true in all walks of life because COVID-19 seriously affects everyone. We won't struggle because there are too many people suffering more than us. When we still have the ability, I think at this moment we should make a donation.
这个时间点呢，是应该把这个款子捐出来。
The idea of Bamboo Can Bank is to accumulate small change for doing great deeds, gathering love to benefit society. Volunteers promoted Bamboo Bank era at a Taiwanese factory. Everyone responded enthusiastically, collecting coins to do great deeds every day.
Today, Tzu Chi volunteers would like to invite everybody to join the Bamboo Bank era, doing good deeds every day to help impoverished families.
In the past 26 years, Tzu Chi volunteers in Thailand have not only gone to all corners of society to care about the lives of the suffering people, but also inspired their kindness to join the ranks of giving, allowing the power of love and kindness to continue forever.
I usually put 10 or 20 Thai baht coins into a bamboo coin bag. Tzu Chi volunteers will come collect it regularly and use it for charity.
We also have some bamboo banks in our office just to tell our colleagues to accumulate this small change bit by bit and use it to do good deeds in the future.
Every year before Tzu Chi's anniversary, Wanhua Jingse Hall in Taipei holds a prostrating pilgrimage which invites community members to join a procession in their nearby grounds. For the infirm who are unable to prostrate themselves, they're invited to an indoor activity to cleanse their worries. These activities help many eliminate worries as the sound of Buddhist chants were a prayer for peace and a disaster-free future for Taiwan and the world.
The prostrating pilgrimage to pray for Taiwan was held for the 4th year at the Wanhua Jingse Hall. Nearly 500 people walked surrounding trails and worshiped devoutly. Chen Xinfu, who participated every year, has taken on the task of ringing the bell in the past 2 years, has never missed a beat.
I think the duty of ringing the bell is very interesting because I need to be very focused. If one is not focused, it will all go wrong.
The elderly or those who find it physically inconvenient to kneel down concentrate on chanting to purify the body and mind. These brothers who accepted the mother's invitation for the first time didn't have any expectations and were moved by the experience.
We can relax and think about the Buddha's name in your heart. We recite this so you can do things peacefully and go about things in peace.
This peace of mind is transformed into a blessing for the world, with many hoping for world peace and a disaster-free future.
In Malaysia, Gu Mei Ling is a single mother who used to run a vegetarian food stall. With Tzu Chi volunteers' help, she continued to hone her cooking skills and was able to receive even more orders for vegetarian meals when she posted her service online.
Due to the pandemic, she has switched jobs to become a cleaner.
I am a salesperson selling rice.
Besides being a cleaner, she also learns from other people.
The rice could not be cooked. I cooked it for more than 10 times before I succeeded.
She bravely tries to prepare what customers enjoy eating.
Tzu's brothers and sisters are very nice. They pay me and they are willing to try my food.
No one likes the vegetarian food she prepares. They think it is not tasty.
How can she turn the situation around and make a living by cooking vegetarian food?
Before movement control order, she stopped selling vegetarian food because business was not good. Then she sold vegetarian food such as vegetarian goose, vegetarian duck through Facebook. However, her business was not good. So I asked her if she could make some food that are special. She said that she does not know how to cook it.
After finding out about the problem, city volunteers decided to help her find a solution.
He taught me a lot of things. He brought me to some volunteers' homes to cook sample, herbal dishes, meat ribs, and vegetarian shrimp noodles.
Gu Mei Ling, who's learning to cook vegetarian dishes, was once a meat lover. She became vegetarian because of her husband, who has passed away.
I started to adopt a vegetarian diet because of my husband. He's very nice to me and he cares for the family. He had heart disease. When my husband was at the hospital, I vowed to embrace vegetarianism. Then I thought of making vegetarian food.
Although her husband eventually passed away, she persevered in being vegetarian. It has also improved her uterine myoma conditions.
The tumor has become smaller over time. The doctor said, "Auntie, your tumor has shrunk. There is not a problem."
As her cooking skills improve, more people have ordered vegetarian meal boxes from her.
I must support her because my aunt said that she is very hardworking. I think her vegetarian food is very tasty. I like it very much.
As Gu Mei Ling mindfully prepared the vegetarian food, she has also promoted vegetarianism while making a living.
Beijing Tzu Chi volunteers visit Yi County regularly to look after the students of 2 schools. On this most recent visit, the volunteers visited the students before exams, not only encouraging them to do well on their upcoming tests, but also advised them to eat more vegetables for their health.
From Beijing to Yi County, it takes the volunteers 2 hours to get here. It's been half a year since Tzu Chi volunteers have visited. Knowing some of the high school seniors are facing university entrance exams, volunteers are here to cheer on the students.
These pictures are from the events we have held here in Yi County. When the students look at the pictures, they can remember our time with them and how much they were loved.
volunteer presents their own special gift for the students, with some of them made by hand, while others are given for the benefit of their health.
The reusable items include a spoon, which is wooden, 2 pairs of chopsticks. When you are out eating, you can use 1 pair of chopsticks as a sharing pair.
On this trip, the volunteers don't forget to invite a professor to talk about how vegetarians can eat a balanced diet, as well as share vegetarian recipes with the school.
Thank you, Tzu Chi, for providing us with such good menus, and we will follow the vegetarian menus you provided to give the students a balanced diet.
The Earth's climate is worsening, it's hotter, and there are fewer resources. If we change to a vegetarian diet to help reduce the burden on Mother Earth, then our planet can slowly recover.
The teachers take the lead and set an example for the students to follow, in hopes of reducing an overall carbon emission in the world.
Recent weather changes have affected the health and mood of people suffering with inner moisture. Chinese medicine doctors suggest taking some dehumidifying food and acupoint tapping to remove the moisture inside the body to improve our mood.
最近就觉得就是会痒痒的，确实其实往下走了，所以汗疱疹很多可能都是会发生在脚的部分。
Recently, the weather has changed drastically, and many people have skin problems. Chinese medicine believes that seasonal changes would affect the health of human body. Especially when the seasons change, moisture can easily accumulate. At this moment, one can adjust it through diet.
Some of our body's operations are related to seasonal changes. We should avoid having cold food, while sweet and oily food will increase our moisture. Stay away from highly flavored food as well. We can choose on dehumidifying food, for example, job steers, red beans, etc. Exercise is actually a good way to remove our moisture.
Besides, weather changes can hinder the body's blood circulation, causing depression, with more pronounced symptoms in women.
Women usually think too much, disturbing the circulation of qi. They may experience chest tightness or feel depressed. To help soothe the situation, we can use our palms to keep tapping both armpits from above. This can help our liver and gallbladder meridians to go smoother.
Doctors also suggest doing mild exercise to make our body sweat slightly, such as walking briskly to remove moisture, speeding up the relief of discomfort.
Everyday detection dogs work in airports, ports, and parcel centers. There are currently 39 such dogs in Taiwan. Each dog is managed by a dog handler. Dogs account for 1/3 the total number of customs seizures, playing an important role in the front line of defense against narcotics in Taiwan. Take a look.
This pack simulates the smell of heroin. We hide it in a secret place in the car, such as inside the armrest, and see if this dog from the Taichung Police Detection Dog Team can find it.
Stop.
The drug detection dog reacted that it was in the middle area near the armrest. We then focus on the gaps in the seats in this area and also do a detailed search around the middle armrest. Sure enough, the drugs are found here.
The petite Jack Russell Terrier is very suitable for sniffing drugs in small places in the car.
Here we have 8 police dogs and 8 dog handlers. This is 1 person and 1 dog, which is good for getting a good understanding of each dog.
In addition to drugs being hidden in cars, they can also be carried on a person. Here we are putting these drugs in a bag and testing to see if the dog can detect it.
If it smells the drugs in the crowd, it will show it to me like this by stopping. We will then ask for drug suspect's consent and search the bag.
Before we have clearly confirmed the package contains drugs, we can't open it. So we turn it over to our dog drug detection team. After doing the sniffing, we can determine if it needs to be opened and that it actually contains a package of drugs.
When the suspicious package is open, it turns out to be amphetamines. and the drug detection dog is also very useful when the police checks nightclubs.
Checks of hotel nightclubs in the ladies' bathroom cannot be carried out by police officers alone. We can open all the cabinets one by one, but drug detection dogs have an advantage. As they don't need to open everything, they can tell by the smell of the cabinet. They smell the cracks or seams of cabinets to find any hidden drugs.
There are 4 police dog teams in New Taipei City, Taichung City, Baoshan, and Penghu that are used to detect drugs. The anti-drug dogs that prevent foreign drugs from entering Taiwan are all under the management of the Customs Administration. There are currently 39 customs anti-drug dogs in Taiwan, 10 in Kaohsiung Customs Department, 5 in Taichung, 15 in Taipei, and 9 in Keelung. This is the Keelung Anti-Drug Dog Management Center. Currently, there are 9 anti-drug detection dogs. Each dog before and after duty will return to this 10-square-meter kennel, which is quite clean and comfortable.
I've been working with this dog for 6 years. I'm happy and in a good mood to work. Dogs think that they are simply playing, so dog handlers can have heavy emotions.
The next morning, the daily routine of the drug detection dog begins.
For drug detection dogs, if there is no strange smell, it passes smoothly. If it suddenly stops and smells a few more times, we will inspect this cargo.
This is the export warehouse of Taipei Port. Due to the COVID pandemic, the number of goods entering Taiwan has increased substantially, and the anti-drug work of the local customs have also increased a lot. Fortunately, there are these drug detection dogs to help.
The sensitivity of a dog's sense of smell is 1,000,000 times than that of humans.
The drug detection dogs can sniff a lot of goods in a short period of time, which can reduce our manpower shortage.
Since the establishment of a customs detection dog team in 2008, the performance of drug detection has risen sharply. In the past 13 years, drug dogs have assisted in cracking 865 drug cases.
The number of drugs seized by the customs detection dog team probably accounted for 30% of all drugs seized by customs, which is quite remarkable.
From an ordinary dog to an anti-narcotics guardian, along the way these dogs have protected humans from dangerous drugs and have been eager to work in service to the nation.
Kaohsiung Wenshan High School students visited Tzu Chi's Changqing recycling station to sort items and gain an education about how to cherish resources. We leave you with these images. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.